Hello guys, this is Alex from Masters of Ultrasound. After my full review video, which you will find on the upper right corner and I recommend you to watch before this one, some of you wanted to see more images using the EagleView device. I first want to apologize for the late upload of this video, but I was really busy these months, both personally and professionally. I had promised to have it before 2022 and here it is finally. I will divide the video in 3 parts that you can appreciate here, as well as their timestamps. First, a live go through the image optimization parameters over a cardiac parasternal long axis view. Then 3 live demo samples. Hope you like it. Remember that this video is not sponsored. I obtained these real live images to allow you to judge the image quality by yourself, and all the opinions and comments are my own. In case you're interested in getting the device, you'll enjoy a $400 discount using the code POCUS12 at their webpage checkout. Links on the description box. And now let's see the video. So here you have the cardiac parasternal long axis in the center of the image. We will start with the denoise. You have a reference image on the lower left corner of how a parasternal long axis view is usually seen and what are the chambers that you're watching right now. On the upper left corner you have a photo of the transducer position, and on the center you can see how the image changes with the changing of the dynamic range. Now we're changing the harmonic. There's only 2 modes. And now we'll adjust the gain from maximum to the minimum. I would like this to be kind of a slide or something that would allow to go from the maximum to the minimum faster, and here you have to just press the button and wait until it's 230, which is the minimum, but this is not a big problem since it's a software issue and it can be easily corrected. And as you can appreciate, there's not much difference between the maximum and the minimum, but it's still quite noticeable. And now we're changing the depth. This varies between different presets. Here it's the cardiac preset, so it has 19, 120, 140, and 160. And here you're watching the focus, which in the cardiac preset it's at 3 centimeters or 5 centimeters. But again, it varies between different presets. Here you can find the time gain compensation. In my humble opinion, this has some room for improvement, but again, it's a software issue, so it's no biggie, because there's not much difference between the minimum and the maximum of these slides. I would like the overall gain to be something like this, kind of a slide. And now let's see the color Doppler. So we will start with the gain, with the color Doppler's gain, from the maximum to the minimum. Again, this would be optimal in a slide, but you have to press or keep pressed. And now it's on to the max again. Then here we have the wall filter. It has 15 different presets, and you can only change them by tapping on the wall filter button. As you can see, the color Doppler is not the strongest point of the EagleView's device, and in my humble opinion it still needs some room for improvement. Here you have the pulse repetition frequency, the PRF, and here I have to mention that it's not the optimal one for cardiology because the maximum is 38 centimeters per second, and you can see on the scale on the right upper corner, and for cardiology it's suboptimal and the normal velocities are usually higher, but for the other specialties it may be enough. Then you have the different change between the size and position of the color Doppler window. And now we will change to the M mode, and here you can see a live update of the M mode at the left ventricular level. Here you can freeze the image and measure distances. So here you're seeing how to measure the diastolic volume and now the end systolic one. And here you have a pulse wave Doppler, and a detail worth mentioning is that while you're adjusting the Doppler box at the top image, the bottom image is frozen, and then when you stop the top one, the bottom image starts updating, and here you can see the E waves and A waves of the mitral valve flow. It's a beautiful image I was able to obtain on a patient. And now we will start with the musculoskeletal demo. Appreciate the position of the transducer regarding the image, lateral on the left side of the image and medial on the right side of the image. And here you can see the rotator cuff muscles, the arrows pointing to the subscapular one. You can see that the image quality of the superficial third of the image is quite acceptable, and the bone doesn't allow the ultrasound beam to go through, and thus nothing is shown on the lower third of the image. And here you're seeing the deltoid muscle fibers. So I hope these clips are useful for those of you interested in the musculoskeletal part of this device. So mostly orthopedic surgeons, anesthesiologists, physiotherapists, and even general practitioners, internists, emergency department doctors, etc. And given that some anesthesiologists asked for back images, here you have a paramedian view of the lumbar spine. Here it's a frozen image. And now a transverse view, approximately L4 level, for those of you interested in regional blocks, analgesia, or whatever. And now let's see a kidney ultrasound. So here you can see the orientation of the transducer, cephalic on the left, caudal on the right, and you can see the long axis of the kidney. Now I'm rotating to obtain the full long axis, and here you can see that when we freeze the image, you can correlate with the anatomy of the kidney, and you can see the differentiation between the calyx and renal pyramids and the cortex. So if we keep fanning through the kidney, you can see the different pyramids, calyx. That was a short axis, and you can appreciate very clearly the kidney of this volunteer. And again, if we freeze the image, which we can do using the physical button of the probe or using the screen, we can measure the length of this short axis of the kidney. And you can see here it's 50 millimeters. And now let's see some clips of this informal echo I performed quickly over the volunteer. And here you can see a personal long axis. It's not the perfect personal long axis, but it was really quick. Here you can see the aortic valve. You can see its tricuspid. And finally a short axis view of the mitral valve. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, all the details are on the description box, and see you on the next one. Bye!